Alright, Smith, so in the last video we looked at problem 1 and setting up proportions using same with same. Don't do problem 2, please, but do look at problem 3 and 4 because these types of problems will be on the test. So in problem 3, they give us two triangles, RST and UVW. And they tell us that these triangles are similar. So we know that the angles are congruent and the sides are proportional. We need to find the perimeter and area of UWV. Well, I'm thinking back to my notes. I'm remembering that we did that exercise, or we wrote that note, where we said that scale factor was the same as ratio of the perimeter. And if our ratio of the perimeter was A over B, then our ratio of the area was A over B squared. Or in other words, the ratio of the area is just the ratio of the perimeter squared. Well, we need to start this problem then by finding our scale factor. And to do that, we just put one side over the other. So I'm going to do 16 over 20. Or in other words, I'm going to do small over big. Well, 16 over 20, that reduces by dividing by 4. Divide by 4 on top and bottom. And you get 4 over 5. Well, that's my A over B. That's my ratio of the perimeter. So with that ratio, I can now write myself a proportion. I have small over big. So I'm going to use the small perimeter, which is 36, over big. Well, I don't know the big perimeter. That's what I'm looking for. That's P. So 4P equals 180. And P equals 45. Now they also gave me units on this, so P is actually 45 feet. Okay, well I want to find area now, so I need the ratio of the area. In order to find that, I do 4/5 squared. Well, 4/5 squared is just 16 over 25. And notice I still have small over big. Now I have my ratio of the area, so I can compare areas. The smaller area is 48. Well, the larger area, we don't know. That's our A. It's what we're looking for. So now we just cross multiply and solve. 16A equals 1200. When you divide by 16 on both sides, you get A equals 75, but we have to remember our units. So it's 75 feet squared. Now let's look at number 4. And number 4 is really similar. They tell us that triangle ABC and DEF are similar, but they don't give us a picture. Now on the test, one of the biggest hints I can give you is to draw a picture. So here's triangle ABC, and here's triangle DEF. And they tell us that BC is 4 millimeters and EF is 12 millimeters. They tell us that the perimeter and area for DEF are 42 millimeters and 96 millimeters squared. And they want the perimeter and area of ABC. Okay, well, I know that I need to start by finding my scale factor, and I can do that by placing one side over the other. I'm going to again do small over big, or 4 over 12. Well, that reduces to 1/3, and that's my ratio of the perimeters. Well, if that's a ratio of the perimeters, I can set up a proportion using that. Well, I have small over big. The perimeter of my small, I don't know. That's my P. The perimeter of my big, though, I do know. It's 42. So we get 1/3 equals P over 42. And when we cross multiply, we get 42 equals 3P, and 14 equals P. But remember, they give us units, so perimeter is actually 14 millimeters. Okay, well, now I need area, so I need the ratio of the area. And I do that by squaring the ratio of the perimeter. So 1/3 squared is 1/9. Small over big equals, well, the area of the small I don't know. It's A. The area of the big I do know. It's 96. Well, 96 times 1 is 96, and 9 times A is 9A. You divide by 9, get A equals 10.6, repeating. Now remember, we got units at the start, so we need to fill out units in our answer. So it's 10.6, repeating, millimeters squared. And that's our answer.